Handsome. Okay, I'm glad to be back with you for a little while. We've had some tremendous weather down here. We just had a storm the other day, and it's been pretty bad. That's why I haven't hardly made any videos, because the weather has been so bad. Today we just happened to have a pretty day, and we did something at our wood carving meeting the other night, John Bryan, and it was a little rifle is what it was, just a little decorative thing. And I've run out a lot of ideas. I've done so many figures and things, I just run out a lot of ideas for carving ideas, and John brought this to my attention, and we carved this at our here's the blank for it, cut out a 3/4 inch basswood, and here's the pattern for it, and here's one that I carved while I was there. Okay, and we're gonna do this. It's just a little cute little project we did. We're trying to look for all of these kind of little projects, and so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do this for you. This little knife, a gun, military gun. And so the little blank is 3/4 inch basswood. And if you look at your pattern here, John just basically took it from I think he found just somebody had done one or whatever it was. And I'll put the pattern on Facebook. But the first thing you want to do is, this is your trigger guard, or your trigger. So we're going to draw a little line along there. Now John showed us how one of the things you can do is take and just draw a center line, just to kind of give you an idea of where you're at and all that stuff. It's just a center line to tell. And you take your knife and you just cut into this, and then from both sides kind of come around to make the trigger guard. And you come over here and you do the same thing. It's a trigger. Then you kind of look at the center line a little bit and see how much. Of course, you have to take more. And one of the things you use is push cut for this when you get into here. Okay. Okay. So we've kind of gotten that down just a little bit. This is almost going to be like a relief carving, but it's just a cute little thing. So that's, as you can see, I just move, and we're going to go ahead and just take and do this and do that so that it's part of the... Okay, so we're working on the trigger guard. Now, on the knife, if you see, this is a little butt right here, and this is one right here, and then it goes up, the knife goes up just sort of like this. In other words, it kind of goes like that. So, and then you come here, and this is this area in here, if you see, is a little, this is where the rifle, the part is. So we're going to take, and we're just going to come down here and go all the way to this trigger, not trigger, sight, and we're just going to draw a line in here. Hope everybody can see that. I hope they can. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we'll remove that area of the gun. Okay? So One of the things, the best thing to do is don't do your bayonet first, because then you'll thin it up and so the best thing to do, I like to do, is just take the knife. Now be careful, I'm doing this by my leg. You can do that by putting it in the thing, and then we're just gonna take some of this off in here, okay? And take a little bit off in there. Now I'm just going to use the push cut in here to take some off. Just like that. And then we're going to come over to the other side and do the same thing. You can actually just take this and you can just run your knife down here like this. Just slowly, don't put a lot of pressure on it. And you can come back and you can do this. And then take your knife, and you can even use the push cut. Get that off there. And the push cut. And get that off there. Okay, so you see what we did? Now, of course, this is going to all be thinned up. This is all going to be thinned up. In here. And you just go from side to side, and that was what I was saying about don't do your bayonet to the last thing, because you see how I'm putting my thumb on here and working with this. The bayonet was real thin. I could break it, so we'll try not to do that. Okay. All right, so we've kind of, if you see that, how we've got that kind of fixed up there. And let's go ahead and just do the same thing with this. We're going to come, and with that, we're going to come, and we're going to bring that down also. And use your center line here to kind of get an idea of each side, how much to take off. And as we take it down, you'll be going to see it even more, how much to take off. Let me move this away just a little bit because it's getting in my way. Let me put this down here. And let's just kind of see how we just cut into it. And the same thing here. We're gonna do this like this, and we're gonna bring that down. Now the bayonet part of it, let me see, where's my pencil? Oh brother, oh here it is. I'm sorry, I knocked it over again. The bayonet's gonna go somewhere along here. So we'll just right below the sight, and we're kind of, so we're gonna take just a little bit off using a push cut. Okay, and then we'll just kind of be careful. Okay, somewhere around there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Now, that bayonet, of course, will be thinned up quite a bit. So what we're going to do, we're just going to kind of this stock, we're just going to sort of shape this stock on this thing. It isn't a difficult project. In fact, it's a very simple project, but it's something, kind of a little conversation piece that people like, especially if you like guns, and I love guns. I hope that doesn't offend some of you, but if it does, I'm sorry. But I'm not going to apologize because I love guns. That's for sure. I do. I love guns. I love shotguns. I grew up hunting, doing things like that. So to me, there's nothing more beautiful than the way a good gun is made. So, all right. And then we're going to kind of come here, and we're just going to start to shape that stock. Okay. Yeah, I do. I love all kind of guns, pistols, rifles, shotguns, you just name it. I love a good firearm, and I've carved a lot of firearms. A lot of these, the reason I learned a lot of this is because of I used to carve little rifles and stuff for the guys that I would carve, and little hillbillies and stuff like that. And it just wasn't hard to. So what we're doing now is to just sort of start to shape the stock itself. And I'm going to get this down a little bit more. And this down a little bit more. And we're going to start to shape this in here. Okay. Shape that. Okay. Now, as you see, the gun is starting to take shape now. And we're going to bring this down even more, because the trigger will be real thin. Now you can leave it plain, or you can actually dig it out a little bit, or you can just drill a hole in that thing. Makes it look like there's a trigger in there. You just want to kind of go from side to side, as I'm doing here. Kind of even it up, see? If you look at it from here, take a little bit more off there. Thus, that gives you even more chance to shape. Don't bother me, dear. No, I'm still battling. He has they found a lesion. He has throat cancer. He's going to be okay. There's a chance of them getting rid of it. It's very early stage. So, but he's having to take. Okay. Sorry. There we go. We're just kind of getting this shaped up. Now this, of course, is going to have to be thinned up also. This is your top part of your rifle. And this is the top part. So you just take it easy and you just take some off. See, as we look at it now, it's starting to thin up in here. And we're going to definitely come in here, put a little thing, because we want to separate these just a little bit from in here. These particular areas. See how that's done? Just sort of separating that a little bit. Take a little bit off right in here, and also right in here we want to just kind of separate that just a little bit, that ridge, so just like that. See that? And even right here a little bit we want to separate that, and we want to, that won't be square, we want to round that just a little bit. Like I said, it's a simple project. It's just a matter of shaping. The good thing about this project, it is for beginners, and we want to separate this right here, just kind of like this. See how that stands like that, and even right here, we want to just separate that just a little bit where it has its own there, where it has its own. You know, and then kind of come down like that. Okay, and come down like that. You see that? And we want to thin up this. This is the sight right here, as we say. So, I want to thin this up some more, though, in here. It does need to be thinned up. It's still a little bit too thick. Doesn't look right. Okay. Now, we've thinned that up quite a bit. And let's just kind of round this off and get this kind of to the side. This kind of, not too much off of it, but a little bit where it just doesn't look strafeful. Okay, Gene. All right, let's go ahead and go to our bayonet now, and we're going to really start bringing this down. So, Okay, you see that? Of course, it's got to be brought down a lot more than that. But what we want to do is to we want to sort of bring it up further like this. In other words, we want to okay, just like that. But we want to bring it more this way, up there. There we go. Whoops, I went too far. I'm sorry. Well, I didn't go too far. I just need to take some of this off of it right here. Okay. And then kind of bring it up like that. Just sort of in this way. I'm going to cut another piece like this. Okay, just like that. Okay. Now we want to come in here and cut that kind of straight. All right. And we want to come across like that and remove this in here so it looks like it becomes a part of there.